What's up, Clutch fam? Just about 11 p.m. here on July 31st, 2019. I want to give a special shout out to my friend Johnny. Happy birthday. Rocking my Dolphins hat. Been a huge Dolphin fan since I was a little kid. So I was extremely excited to get our first brand ambassador last week. His name is Kyle Fuller. I want to give a quick shout out to him and Jordan Morgan of the New York Jets, Damari Scott, Charles Rosa, Matthew Waggy for all coming on board, for believing in us when we first started out. I think it's amazing and I'm super grateful. I've been in touch with a bunch of agents over the last few days, and so hopefully we're going to be getting a whole bunch of you guys posting this week, which would be amazing. We started getting some sales again, mostly through Amazon. We signed that ad agency I was telling you guys about. Just a little quick tour. I'm just walking around my neighborhood. Yeah, man, it's crazy. I grew up here my whole life since I was 0 years old, like day one. I realized that I haven't told you guys like the story of Clutch or anything. Just kind of started talking to my phone with no intent. So I'll give you a little background. When I was in college, I was dating this girl, and she went out and her phone died, and my phone was always dying. But specifically, this time really rattled me because there'd been a bunch of sexual assault cases on the news. It was just a really big thing at the time. And so it was just on the forefront of my mind. And when she didn't come home that night because her phone died, she ended up staying at her sister's house. But I didn't know that, you know? So I ended up buying all these chargers on Amazon and like through Best Buy and stuff. And they all sucked. They were like super bulky and not cool to carry around at all. So I had this idea to make a really thin one to essentially make Clutch. But I'm not an engineer. At the time I was studying humanities, like communications, human rights, stuff like that. And I was reading a lot of business books. I've always, at least since I got to college, I've always read a lot of personal, like self-help and business books. Guys like Richard Branson, Mark Cuban, Tony Robbins, Tim Ferriss, so many guys. Dale Carnegie, Napoleon Hill, that's a huge one. I recommend all these guys to anyone who ever wants to start a business. I think self-education will make you a fortune. You know, traditional education will make you really good money. It's all about whatever makes you happy though, you know? So anyway, I got these chargers and they were all either big and bulky or they just sucked. They would break, they were made of plastic, they weren't cool looking at all. Great if you are going on like a month-long excursion through Southeast Asia, like you should probably bring a bigger one, but not what I needed. So I designed this battery, which is now Clutch. This is about 5 years ago, and I was trying to get it made. Every engineer I talked to said no. All my friends who were studying engineering said it's not possible. Different manufacturers said we can't do it. On and on and on. This happened over and over and over. I'm gonna double back because there's sprinklers. I don't know why, it rains all the time. It's such a waste. So every few months I would check in with a new supplier or engineer and see if it was possible. And I finally found one that said yes about, 7 or 8 months ago. And that's when I started the journey down with Clutch, like really finalizing the logos and the look and the feel of it, getting prototypes made, reiterated, getting new prototypes sent, changing materials. It was a long but fun process, you know, and I don't think I'll ever forget that first moment where I finally got a prototype where I was like, this is it, like we can mass produce this, and like this is what I've always thought of, and I manifested the crap out of it, and now it's literally in my hands. And I think that was the coolest the coolest feeling ever. But yeah, that's the story. And then about a month and a half ago, we did the Indiegogo, which I just put out to my friends, my community, and they were so supportive. We sold like over 100 of them, which was enough to get the ball rolling, to get our first order, and to have some cash for the first, part of the business, which is what's allowed me to hire this firm and really fine tune everything and get the business started, along with a lot of hustle. But that's the story and where we are now. And hopefully over the next couple weeks, all these influencers that we've been in touch with, they're going to come through and hopefully people love the product. So far we've gotten great reviews. I get text messages almost daily from people who've bought them saying, hey man, especially after the weekend, like this thing saved my life. Like I love this thing. So there's no better feeling than that. Like my friend Kelly, she just had a baby. She was up in Canada and her phone was about to die. She was somewhere she didn't know where she was. She was by herself with her baby. And if she told me if she didn't have Clutch, she wouldn't have been able to call an Uber and get home. And that's the whole reason I built the company. Well, it's not just me, it's everyone that's been a part of it, all the contractors, all my friends who've had to put up with me asking them a million different questions, like, do you like this color better? Do you like this? Should the C be capital or lowercase? Like, what do you think about this packaging? Especially my brother Blake and my friend Jason Marcus, so many people. It's insane. If I were to list off all the people who've supported me, I'd be here forever. So again, I'm super grateful for all of you, and I'm really excited for the day that I put this out and you guys all see this and you see that I'm from the bottom of my heart love you for supporting me, because I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. I don't know what else to say. I think that's a pretty good way to end it. I love all my brand ambassadors, especially because I know I'm going to have a lot more by the time this comes out, from all teams and all walks of life and all leagues. We're getting our first NBA guys. That's pretty cool. They have pretty solid followings, really engaged. That's awesome. I love that sports is such a thing that unifies people. I think we need that. Anyway, love you guys. Go Dolphins. All my brand ambassadors who are on the Jets and Bills and even the Patriots, I guess. Don't take it personally. I'm just a South Florida boy. All right, peace out.